That means in the course of procurement, because you know the parameters, you know exactly what to test. Welcome to another edition of the step-by-step export process. In this particular video, my focus will be on procurement and production. This is a very critical steps in export business, actually. And the reason is because this is what you're going to export, right? And it's important that you know the product you want to export so that when you are procuring or producing, you don't find yourself falling into some of the pitfall of the product. As a matter of fact, I'm of the opinion that for you to export any product, you need to know the product. You need to know the purpose of the product, what it's being used for. You need to know the parameter of the product, what are the quality specification. You need to know the potential demand of the product, what's the volume being requested or being purchased around the world. You need to know the paperwork for the product, meaning you need to know the documentation required to ship it out of your country and to receive it to the destination country. You need to know the paperwork, sorry, the packaging of the product to ensure the good is in optimal condition to destination. You need to know the pricing of the product to ensure you capture all the cost element in pricing. You need to know the promotion, how to promote the product and how to get purchasers of the product. And you need to know the pitfall, of course. You need to know the pitfall. Now, that means in the course of procurement, because you know the parameters, you know exactly what to test. You run the risk of shipping defective goods. You run the risk of shipping defective goods to the destination market if you do not. You run the risk of shipping defective goods to the destination market if you do not know the parameters. So let's say you are doing agro commodity, for example. You need to know, let's say you are doing cashew nut. You need to know the moisture. You need to know the nut count. You need to know the floating rate. You need to know the admixture. You need to know the kernel output ratio. You need to know the quality specification that shows that this product is in optimal condition. That shows that this product is in optimal condition and that it will get to destination without having quality issues. I've had cases of, I was on a panel with the director of NEPC in Lagos some years back, and he was sharing at that event of that's NEPC is Nigeria Promotion Council, of someone that shipped a container of cashew nuts to India, and the good arrived, and the quality is not okay. And the good arrived, and the quality was bad. So the question is, why was the quality bad? It doesn't appear that the buyer know exactly, sorry, the exporter know exactly what he wants. It doesn't appear he knows exactly what he wants. And what do I mean by that? Sorry, it doesn't appear the exporter know exactly what he's exporting, rather. Why does it appear like he doesn't know what he's exporting? The reason is because by the time the product arrived at destination, it was growing, it was growing, it was growing. The product growing in the container is an evidence that the moisture level was very high. Of course, he doesn't know what he's buying. And in buying again, it's important for you to know that you can buy from the manufacturer or the farmer or the miner, depending on the product. You can buy from a merchant or from local buying agent if it's commodity, or from merchant or distributor in terms of finished goods. That means you don't need to be the producer of the item you are trying to export. And in buying, in procurement, it's important you are careful in releasing money to people. When you release money, you need to find a way to mitigate the risk. For example, either you release part, not full, and pay balance upon arrival, or you give them a guarantee so that when they deliver, they get paid. If you don't pay them, they go to the bank and collect the money. Or they give you an advance payment guarantee and you give them the cash. They give you an advance payment guarantee and you give them the cash. The idea of guarantee is to ensure that if for any reason the good is not delivered, if for any reason the quality of the good is bad, you can recover the money you have given them, can recover the cost you have incurred. So you can use a payment guarantee if the supplier have money to deliver to guarantee his payment. You can use an advance payment guarantee. The supplier does not have money but can deliver, and you need to give him money to be able to do the delivery. And when you are procuring, let's say you are doing commodity, another thing on procurement, if you are doing commodity, if you are not going with a weighing scale, you should be able to detect if the weighing scale is effective. How do you know that? Stand on a weighing scale before you leave your location. Know your weight. If your weight is 70 kg, if you get to where you are going to buy and they are weighing, and you stand on the scale and the scale is showing 60 kg, 62 kg, obviously something is wrong. So you know that this scale is short by 5 kg. You know, this thing I'm telling you are things we learned in the trenches. For example, also, if you are in a place they are loading your product, let's say you are doing commodity and they are loading your product into the container, don't stay outside. Don't stay outside saying that you are waiting for them to load, and when they will not tell you it's filled. No, climb the container, stay inside. See them the way they are arranging it. Else they will build room inside, room and a parlor, inside the container. When they build room and a parlor inside your container, what that means is that you are going to load full container. They're supposed to be 20 tons, and it gets to the destination, the buyer says 17 tons. And you think the buyer is trying to deceive you or trying to defraud you. You don't know that it's you that did not monitor very well in Nigeria and allow people to ship what is incomplete to you. So this is what I have to say about procurement, either for solid minerals, commodities. Remember, in procurement, you need to be sure of what you are buying, and you might have to take sample to the lab before you pay finally, or before you finally pay whoever it is delivering, either at the warehouse or at the terminal, whatever option you have chosen to be able to procure your product. See you in the next video, and bye-bye.